Hello and welcome to a new video of the Cruise Vibes and a new ship tour. Today we're going to take a look at the Aurora of Reise Jung. On this cruise I was traveling as one of the cruise managers, and that's why we will only have a ship tour of this ship, and we are starting with some general facts. The ship is 110 meters long, 11.4 meters wide, and was built in the year 1999 and has recently been refurbished. As always, we are starting on the lowest deck, the main deck. Here we have cabins with small windows. My cabin was here as well, and here we can see the cabin. They are modernized. They still have a few influences of the old design, but they are pretty nice and modern. Only downside is that they are using proper hotel beds, and that means that there's no storage space under the bed, so it is a bit difficult to store your luggage. So if you're traveling with this ship, make sure to bring small luggage or foldable luggage, so you will not lose too much space due to luggage. Here we have a big wardrobe with a desk, a lot of storage space. So in worst case you can put your luggage also here, but it will take some space away, of course. The bathroom is still in the original style, but pretty clean and well equipped. And here we have some pictures of the cabin. So as I said, quite nice and modern cabins. Only downside is the missing space for luggage. The ship itself has a rather old style, especially for Reise Jung. Reise Jung is usually having much more modern ships, but in this case we had a ship that was a bit more traditional, but of course still modern and modernized. And we are now on the middle deck in the front part, which is half a deck lower than the rear part. And there we have a huge spa and fitness area. At least for a river cruise ship, this is a very spacious area with sports equipment, a hot tub and a sauna. So it's a pretty nice area. Here we can see it in the pictures. Now we're continuing back to the main staircase in the middle of the ship, and from this deck all the way up to the upper deck we also have an elevator, and here we have the atrium with a public toilets and a small seating area, some showcases for products you can buy at the reception, and then we have the cabin hallway of the middle deck, where the cabins have French balconies. This ship was chartered by Reise Jung. Most probably it will not be sailing for Reise Jung in the next 2 years, but it will be sailing as the DCS Amethyst 2 for DCS travel. Here we have the reception area. On one side is the cruise manager's office, and on the other side we have a coffee station and some more showcases. And if we go up one more deck, we are now at the rear part of the upper deck. There we have some more showcases, a library and seating area, a calm alternative to the main lounge. Here we can see this typical Atrium 4 Grand Circle ship, as this used to be the Grand Circle ship, one of the first Grand Circle ships. And also very special here on the upper deck are the cabins, because those cabins do have a proper balcony. Like most river ships only have a French balcony, but here you actually have a proper balcony which you can actually step out on. So this is quite unique for river cruise ships. On usually only luxurious ships, which are way more expensive, you have proper balconies, but here on the Aurora you also have a private balcony if you have a cabin on the upper deck. And one of my favorite parts about this ship is the restaurant aft of the ship. Usually the restaurant is somewhere in the front part, but here it's right at the end of the ship, and that means the restaurant is above the engine room. And of course here you have the most noises, and in a restaurant this is much less of a problem like in a cabin and on most modern ships. Here in this location you find some cabins, but here on Aurora most cabins are pretty calm, so you have almost no noises in the cabins, because the noisiest part is where the restaurant is. The restaurant is very nice because you have this nice 180 degrees view also over the stern wave, which you will not find on too many ships. So this is a very nice restaurant, also with a lot of space, comfortable furniture, very beautiful and nice. One of my favorite parts about this ship, which as I said is a bit older than other ships that Reise Jung charters, but this one has a nice combination of a modern style and a traditional style. It's not the newest ship anymore, but also it is not a very old ship. It is in a very good condition, and you still feel like on a ship. This is what I love about the Aurora. On most modern ships they are of course nicer and more modern, but you could also be in a hotel. But here everywhere you immediately see, yes, I am on the ship, and this is what I love about the Aurora. And here we can see some pictures of this atrium area, the reception area, which is, as I said, very typical for the former Grand Circle ships. Also the Grand Circle ships that are still sailing for Grand Circle still look more or less like this. And now we are in the panoramic lounge. Here on the right side we have the bar, and then we have different seating options. Some are a bit more traditional, some are a bit more modern. So you can choose which one is the most comfortable for you. Different table sizes, and here at the other side, a bit hidden, is the captain's corner. Also a very nice and calm area where you can go if you don't want to participate in the evening program, or you don't want to listen to the music and you would just like to have it a bit more calm, then this is the area you can go to. And here in the front we have those nice panoramic windows. That is what I really enjoy about these older ships. You really have windows where you can enjoy the landscape. You can sit and watch. On most modern ships you do have a huge terrace in front of it, so the view from the inside is rather obstructed, but here you do have a very good view, and we do still have a small terrace in front of it, so it's going to take a look at next. But for that we need to leave the lounge again, head back to the atrium, and we step out, and then we have a walk around promenade all the way around the lounge. There's no possibility to sit down there as it's very narrow, but as you can see it is accessible, and as long as it's not blocked off you're also allowed to use it, allowed to go there. And as you can see we can go also all the way to the front of the ship. As you can see there's no space to sit down, but to take some pictures or to take a short walk, this is perfect, especially if the ship is sailing on rivers with low bridges where a part of the sun deck has to be closed. We always have the possibility to go out here, as this area is almost always open unless they are cleaning the windows or they need to have this space. For example, when they're going in the lock, then they need the space to work, but otherwise it's always open. And from here we can also access the main sun deck, and here we have an advantage of the Aurora, because here you have a front outdoor area. Here you have a sun deck in front of the wheelhouse, which is half a deck lower than the rear part of the sun deck. So this can also be used when the ship is sailing past low bridges. This can stay almost always open. Its almost identical sister ship, the Rheinprinzessin, does not have this front area, so if Rheinprinzessin is sailing on the Main or Main-Danube Canal, there is no sun deck at all. Because this part here, which is covered, can be folded down and has to be folded down if the ship is sailing on rivers with low bridges, and then there's no sun deck at all. But if the ship is sailing in the Netherlands, like in this case, this is also very nice. If the weather is not perfect, you still can go up to the sun deck without getting wet. And here we can see the rear part of the sun deck, which was not set up yet when I made my ship tour, so that's why we're not going to take a too close look at it, but usually you also have seating options, tables, chairs, sun loungers and sunshades there available as well. And that's it for this ship tour. As I said, I was on this ship working as a tour guide, so that's why I didn't make a video about the cruise itself, but with my next cruises with Reise Jung there will be some vlogs as well. And I can also tell you from now on all Reise Jung cruises I will be joining. So if you want to travel with me, just make sure to book a cruise with Reise Jung and you will see me there. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.